Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Oh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
It's a secret.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
As you can tell by the sounder, we have another secret lair, so you can kind of guess.
Just a little one.
Just a little one. Yeah, this one will be a quick one. So, episode 303. We're getting close to the holidays here. Next week's going to be an interesting one. We're going to be doing a lot of you have a confused look on your face. Is something audio-wise not sounding right? You can't hear me?
You're really quiet.
All right. Hang on. Why is it quiet? It shouldn't be quiet. Mm-hmm. Let me try this. Does that work better? How do I sound now?
I wonder if my head's just filled with snot.
Well, I mean, Renshaw, stop it.
Somebody make a comment or whatever. Yeah. But keep on. What are we doing?
Do I sound quiet? Is the big question here.
You're starting to sound better now.
Am I? Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm adjusting my volume on all that fun stuff, all the technical difficulties. All right, what are we doing, Lowry? Tell us what we're doing today.
So Doctor Who, 5 new cards never before seen.
Wow.
But also it's associated, it got released right after the new, I don't know, I didn't watch it, I don't have Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus, but the new Doctor Who Christmas special or whatever. Number 2, correct us, please.
You see what?
But it's 5 new cards.
Like a wrench I wrote. I would prefer if Adam were quiet.
Right. I mean, I can do that in the post audio stuff too, but I need to be able to hear him right now. So yeah, at least one show came out, and we know that who the new Doctor is, and it's going to be one of these cards. We know the toy maker.
Yeah.
So we're 5 new cards. We're finances wise, we probably won't talk too much about it.
Yeah, I mean,
but we'll kind of just discuss the cards. And
at
I
the
went
end,
into this. Oh yeah.
At the end, this is the new bit that I made the button, so I'm gonna get it right here. Okay, ready? Oh. At the end, this is what we're gonna do. It's time for.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
So we're gonna introduce Is It Worth It? And this is kind of a perfect spot. Normally we'll do the secret layer thing because that we won't really hit the Is It Worth It there. But we've talked about the pre-con decks and all that stuff. So that's gonna be a new bit that we're gonna add. So this is gonna fit perfect because it is brand new cards, and we're gonna kind of discuss if it's actually gonna be worth the buy, and it'll be a shorter secret layer segment. Like you said, it's only one, right. 5 new
it's
cards.
Only one.
We're gonna go through that. So that's not all we're doing tonight, right? We got a few things we got going on, right?
Yeah. Okay. So we have a tournament going on. It is the top swords.
Can we?
And
Can I make mention about that comment? I'm sorry if the person is listening, but I don't think they are, because they wouldn't have made that comment if they were listening. We got the most fantastic comment.
Why would you put this bad sword against the top tier sword or whatever? And you're just like, do you not know?
You don't know what the
how tournaments work? Have you never seen like the playoffs of any sport? It's always the best team versus the worst that made the playoffs.
I was just like, I don't want to be mean, and so I was just like, it's a tournament. I guess you probably don't know it because it's from the podcast, but this is the first round, and that's what it's gonna be. So yes, spoiler alert. There was a lot of blowouts this week. This is the first time we've had what?
Blowouts. Blowouts are different. In my head,
you were thinking the other way around, the upsets. Yeah. No, this I'll give this. It was all the favorites won. But I'm going to have you guess what you think the percentages are of each one of them.
All right. So we got the sword tourney, the sword fight, and then we also have Stump the Smith Savant.
Yep, week 1 of, hang on, and it is Josh D. Buddy Josh is going to be trying to stump you. This is, oh shoot, I didn't write the week, but it would be the 26th round. So this is the first week of 26th round. You're 74 and 26, so you lost a few weeks back. So that we'll be doing that. And speaking of that, this is the giveaway, the new one. So it's the Heroic Intervention foil in the Jurassic Park.
Spicy.
Yeah, so this one's pretty sexy there.
And then we're going to find out the results for last week's staple versus of Tybalt's Trickery versus my card. Imp's Mischief.
You were like, I don't even know what it is.
I'm worried. I'm worried about this.
I'll tell you this. It's closer than I thought it was going to be.
Good.
Yeah. So no spoilers there. So we got a lot of stuff on the docket today. But then next week, like we mentioned before, or actually we didn't get to it, but we're going to be doing the end of the year stuff. So it's going to be all basically going over the year, our favorite stuff, favorite cards, favorite sets,
favorite commanders, favorite set, favorite Secret Lair.
And it will be split into 2 unless you're watching live. If you watch live, if you're on the YouTubes watching and everything, you're going to get to see the full thing. Episode-wise, audio, it's going to be split into 2. So because we're going to take Christmas week off, it just lands on a weird day, because I'm going to be gone. Right. It's Christmas, and then we got New Year's as my wife's birthday, so we're just we're gone. So next week's gonna be interesting. And then after we get through the new year, we got the store is gonna be opening for everything. So we're gonna kind of do a little announcement or giveaway thing there. So stay tuned for that stuff because we got. Speaking of that, I know you already have it. I have an orange cup because we had the test product, but this is the actual one of the items that will be up for sale. So this is there's Larry's back there. So they are all going to be these red Yeti cups. So they actually have a top that comes with it. Here's the top. So it actually has a top that goes with it. These are going to be up on the store. And thanks again, Quinn, for the shout out for hooking us up with all this stuff. We got a bunch of stuff we're going to be giving away here, or not giving away, showing off for the store, so you guys can purchase all those coming up here soon. I think that's it for that stuff. We got some stuff happening this week, though. We haven't done battle boxes in a long time, but we're going to be doing some battle boxes this week with Ixalan stuff.
The bundles are coming in this week, Wednesday-ish.
Mine come in tomorrow. I got my notification from UPS was like, shipment's coming tomorrow. I'm like, what? I didn't get a notification for anything. Like, what is this? And I thought it was the Secret Lair. I was like, oh, yes, I'm getting it. Actually, I sent a message to Wrench. I was like, hey, mine's coming in too, because we were kind of talking shit back and forth because his is coming in. And then I was like, oh, no, never mind. I figured it out. Fuck. But yeah, so we're going to probably, what do we think? Friday for the battle boxes, if everything kind of works out, just because then we can have drinks.
I'm open. I'm free.
Okay. You're free.
So whenever you want. And then you are also going to be doing a short spotlight.
Hawk Ball. Yeah, this is going to be my...
Is that the same as Shitball? Are they cousins or something?
I don't get that joke. What?
Okay. Hockey does.
I get what you're saying now. Talking about my story from the Discord earlier.
I am.
I almost want to tell it.
We can... That's one of those hidden features. If you join the Discord, you can hear shitball stories. Leave it at that.
Do you want to hear the actual story? I swear I've told it before.
No, maybe, but we don't need to hear it here. You got to go to the Discord if you want to hear a shitball story from Adam. I
didn't give all the details. No, I got to.
I know you didn't. We don't have to hear any details.
I got to give the detail because it was all typed up. I didn't.
Is there going to be like hay in your shit, like a horse? It was like a horse apple.
No. Okay. So here.
Okay. I guess you don't have to join the Discord.
Here's the thing. This is how it all went down. Okay, so I was in a meteorology study group, and we were all in the. I know I probably told you this story at least one time before.
Oh, I'm sure, but I don't.
Yeah, I know memories.
It's fine. I don't listen to everything.
Stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So no, it's just I don't remember. Like movies to me now, if it's been over a year or two, I'm like, I don't remember how this goes. Like I just told you, Wednesday. I watched that last year and I forgot how it all went. So I watched it and I was like, it felt new to me. Anyways.
Can you tell me the shitball story?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right.
Which
So
is-
we were in a study group and my meteor, I was like well into my major. Like we're towards the end. So this is like we'd get together, like 12 of us and study. Like that's how we'd figure out the problems. Like the fucking problems would be 3 pages long for one problem. Like that's how it went. So big study group, whatever. Everybody gets done. You know, we're studying. We're working this problem out. I start getting a build up, and I'm like, oh God, I got to rip ass so bad, but I didn't want to do it with everybody in the room. It's confined. It's not open area. We got one of the conference rooms for everybody.
Nice.
So we get done with the problem. Everybody but like 3 people leave. And I'm like, as soon as the door closed, I was like, oh, thank God. And I just went, brrr, and at the very end, it went, brrr, brrr, and I was like, oh, shit. Like, oh, shit. Literally, oh, shit. But I didn't want them to know that I shit my pants. So I sat there and I looked.
Could they not hear the plug happen?
No, it just was loud. It was brrr, brrr, like you could just feel it. It wasn't a sound that it made. And so I remember looking up at the clock and I'm like, I'm going to wait 2 minutes because if I get up right now and I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom, they're going to be like, he shit his pants. So I waited 2 minutes and then I was just like, oh man, I think I have to go to the bathroom. So I get up, I walk out, close the door, and I could feel it. So I'm clenching my butt cheeks and I'm waddling. And I get over to the bathroom.
Totally doesn't look like you shit your pants.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to make it so it doesn't like fall down my pant legs. So I get to the bathroom and there's a closed bathroom sign on there. So there was no other bathroom on that level. So I had to waddle. Like, you know, you like if your leg, like if you sprain your ankle, like walking down the stairs, it was like back and forth. I get down to the next.
I'm just trying to picture it a little bit. I'm assuming this was wintertime.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I don't know. I'm not positive.
Basically, how I see this is either you're wearing your sweatpants or your cutoff sweatpants. And either way, very poop roll down your leg of bowls.
You know, I'll say I don't know if at that point I was into my full on like comfy pants. I think I probably was wearing jeans, to be honest with you.
Okay.
the old stinky leg. Yes, that's what I was trying to avoid, Mad Dad. I was trying to make sure that it didn't go down my leg and make a stinky leg.
Right.
So
this is the exact situation why I tuck my pants into my socks.
So I get down one level and I go to the bathrooms, you know, right under where the other ones are. Those were there. So I was like, yeah, okay, great. So I waddle over to the bathroom, get in the stall, pull on my pants, and then I sit down and it just plops out. Like it's like,
that's impressive.
Yeah, but because of all that waddling, I was gonna try to grab something, but about the size of a $50, but in a perfect circle. Like somehow my butt cheeks just rolled it, and
it sounds like you weren't waddling very well. Sounds like you were using some of your glutes.
So yeah, that was that's my short story, I guess, because it came up because of flirt.
I always think that shorts are a little wetter.
Yeah, that one was just
yours. Sounds like a rabbit turd shirt.
I mean, it was $50,
like a deer.
Well, it'd be a big deer. Like that was. I mean, deer poops are. Take all those and mash them together.
How about
like
a moose? I don't know what a moose poop
Yeah,
looks like, but they're just bigger, right?
I would assume so. So that's my poop story, my short story. That's the only. I think because I held it in for so long. And then when I let it go, it was just that big. And like I didn't poop after that. It was just that came out and that was it, you know? So
it was a plug.
Yeah.
So it was a plug.
Like an oyster making a pearl, but not. These are fantastic.
You compressed it like a coal into a diamond. Yeah.
And then Renshine just says, remember when this used to be a magic podcast? No.
You wish. You wish.
Hey, that story got us to our 16 to 18 minute mark, so we can move on.
We kind of already did tag. Oh, I guess we didn't do our tags. We talked about what we're doing today. No, it's not a magic podcast. I guess so. Quick talk. Re-mention what we're doing this week. We'll probably do a battle box sometime. You're gonna do a spotlight. I might end up doing a final spotlight, like going through my Xavier Sol deck. That'll probably be a midday thing because it should be less than a half hour or whatever. So you should be able to see that. I'll have curated tomorrow. And then I don't have any plans for Friday or anything at this point.
So basically, we got a lot of stuff happening this week.
Right. Bing, bang, boom.
we're building up to get a little vacation at the end of the year here. So, okay. So, yeah, let's get to tags here. Let's get moving on everything. Let's get to the secret layer. Let's do all that stuff. All right. So, you guys can become a patron by donating $1 or more. That gets you into the Discord. You can hear stories like that ahead of time, or typed up, I guess. I didn't go into detail like it just did. I'm glad
right,
you did,
because you say the good stuff for the podcast.
Yeah, those are some
give away
gold
for
comments
free.
there. You guys, that was fantastic. But yeah, $1 gets you into the Discord. That supports us. That helps us out. It helps us keep doing what we're doing. $5 or more gets you proxies each month if you so choose. The higher you move up on the tiers, you can get foil proxies each month. And if you miss a month, you can redeem your stuff later. It doesn't have to be each month. We have a lot of people that
Why are you? That's just like a lot of work. It's like
it is, but
it's like they shit their pants and held onto it and rolled it up into a ball and then email us a ball of proxies. That's
pretty much what it is. But then you get the months like where we don't have really a lot, where it's just like, oh, this was an easy month. And then all of a sudden it's like, the best is when you have 2 or 3 people that are like, all right, I'm redeeming all my proxies for the past 6 months. And it's like, fuck, can't you guys plan this out a little bit and just stagger it? But yeah, so you can get proxies like this. The higher you move on that support, like not only are you guys supporting us, but you're also getting something in return to say thank you and all that stuff. And that's the only way you can get them. We don't sell these proxies, so the only way you can get them.
Absolutely not, Wizards, if you're listening, or FBI, either way.
So the only way you can get it is by becoming a patron, and we give them away, all that stuff. So that is a financial way to support the show. Again, by becoming a patron, we do have bonuses that'll be coming into play now as we're getting to the store release stuff. When we start doing giveaways, there are some perks to being a patron there. The other way to financially support the show is to donate on the live feeds. You can make us take shots. Half-price shots, right. Still one more week. Lowry is going to jump on.
We have not announced that. Next week, Christmas, I'm going to drink.
Yeah,
I'll drink next week.
Yay!
So you don't have to do it tonight. Save up your money for next week.
Yep, and if you want
actually, we could say that. You could donate this week, and that'll go in the next week. We're going to have an extra long podcast next week, so let's allow 4 shots.
Oh, all right. Look at you.
And then look at this. I am going to be hammered if I basically haven't.
Lowry hammered is always fun. You guys know those episodes. The episodes go really, really long.
I know.
Lowry hammered.
I have some chips upstairs. I'll make some nachos or chip burritos.
But yeah, so that is another way to support the show is if you don't want to become a patron, which I highly suggest, at least $1 if you just want to get in the Discord. But if you don't,
I totally thought you were going to say, I understand.
But you can jump on and make us do things during the live stuff anytime we're live. So actually, Battle Boxes this Friday is another opportunity. That's when the hot beans can come into play there. So if you want to make us take hot beans, jump on Friday and donate there. The other way that is actually financially supporting us is if you have an option of listening to us MP3 wise or watching us, watch us live or watch us on YouTube's. What are you doing with your boobs?
He's financially supporting me.
I'm not at the want button, but I really want to hit the want button.
No, you don't need to.
But watching us on
you go,
YouTube.
AJ.
It just, I gotta get you a better button because it sounds so terrible when you're doing.
I'm sorry.
It. That's
Financial support.
But yeah, so if you if you watch it on YouTube,
Sounds
anything we do on
audio.
YouTube, that it does sound, that's good. That it sounds good on the audio. But that is the financial way. Also, it's free because all you're doing is just watching, and it actually fractions of pennies, they add up to pennies at some point. So that helps us out. We do tons of content on YouTube weekly. Like we already mentioned, we have a bunch going on this week. Last week, we actually had a bunch go on. You had Spotlight. You did Indoraptor.
Over the weekend, yeah.
Yep, over the weekend. How did that go? And how you kind of mentioned it earlier? You were on,
I had like 200 cards.
You started at like 9, and I was sorting cards still. I was getting ready, moving all my stuff into boxes and stuff, and I kept checking. I'm like, holy shit, it's 10 o'clock. Holy shit, it's 11 o'clock. Holy shit, it's 11:30. You were on for like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
How did it go?
That's what happens when I don't prep enough. But I just had to get it out there. My daughter got a ear infection, so it's been a lot of late nights since Wednesday, basically, and she's still in pain tonight. But
that sucks.
Go, Mom. So yeah, it wasn't cut down. I didn't quite know which way I was going to go with it. It was either going to be, the way I went was like fighting along with like pyrorhemia, so incremental damage to help with the enraged stuff. And it's still, I'm still a couple of cards over 100 at this point.
That's before lands, right?
No. I do have.
You got yours
I'm
done.
down to only about 5 at this point.
You're down to 5 lands
left. But no,
Renshai would be proud.
Right. But then there was also kind of like the other 2 ways is like a ton of damage, make it kind of like a stuffy doll deck, and so, or the other attempted way is like just mass damage to everybody. So like, you activate Heartless Suzuku, everybody has damage dealt to half their life. So if everybody's at 40, that's 20, 40, 60, 20 to you. But then you play Indoraptor and it's a 63, 61.
Yikes.
That's a big commander. You could do that. I did not. But you can. So Indoraptor can get big really fast. And I still don't have a very good balance on the incremental bit. And so I'm starting to think about adding in like more cards that deal damage to all creatures and players, so that instead of having some cards that just affect players and some cards that just affect creatures, like combine them so that it's just kind of like 2 for 1-ing.
I was gonna say
like
2
it
birds
works
with 1
when
stone,
I want to cast Indoraptor and it works when I want to enrage it. So be on the lookout for that.
So you're gonna have a final spotlight kind of type thing potentially.
That'll probably
up.
be next week. I'll do Xavier Sol final this week, probably sometime midday, but you'll be able to just see it sometime.
There we go. And then we will be getting those live. Get those probably playing. Maybe next week. We'll see how things go with. There's secret layers coming. We got all that stuff. There's lots of openings and all that. That's also what I should mention is last week, you got your secret layer. That's right. I got my secret.
You did.
Yeah, but it's weird because we got different ones. Like it's not that we ordered different ones, but like I ordered the Evil Dead stuff and I didn't get that because it was part of the big bundle. And they were waiting to send the big bundle out until later this month. And so I only got the ones that I got extra. So I got the John Avon one, the lands one, the meditation land ones, which actually I've already sold. Like that's kind of the crazy thing. I only have 2 left. And then the big hitter, which I mentioned in the Secret Lair thing, was the Princess Bride. The Princess Bride ones, dude, I've already made my money back and I've sold 4 out of the how many was in Princess Bride? I think it was like 7 or 8 cards in that. And I said that was a break point too, because it didn't have any big hitters that were like $50 or $60 or $30 even. Right. It was all like between $12 and $20 cards, but there's like 7 or 8 of them. So the
Right. There's a lot.
Yeah. So they've been selling like crazy. And actually one person is a listener. Shout out to, I didn't write your name down. I'm sorry, but I sent it out. That was probably a first that somebody was like, hey, I listened to the show. It's kind of crazy. I didn't know that when I was buying it. So it was kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking a lot. All right. Let me get out of this. Spotlight. Yeah. Curated. Tell me about Curated. What did you have curated this week? That's right, this week. Something. I also opened Lord of the Rings, 10 packs of Lord of the Rings of the collector stuff too. So that is a video. But it's not, I didn't get shit in it. So it's a video. I got some things I didn't have, but nothing really, not worth the buy list stuff. Man, that stuff is hard to find.
It's going to be the Peregrine Dynamo. From
That's the one that's coming. Is that
that's what's going to be tomorrow? Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
1/5 doubles triggers and activated abilities from legends that aren't your commander.
There we go. All right.
So,
okay, so that's everything for YouTube stuff. Just make sure you guys subscribe there. That's a big thing. We have lots of things going on. All our polls now are on there. We are on X or Twitter or whatever, but we don't do any of the polls there. It's just to post what we're doing over on YouTube. So really, follow the show. You follow us on YouTube. We respond to you guys there. So any comments and all that. The best way really is to become a patron. Second best way is to follow us on YouTube, subscribe and everything. So, and then you can also email us at commandersmiths@gmail.com. Let's get to it. Let's get to our Secret Lair stuff. Let me switch some things around here. Let's get to the beer and pizza of it all, and let's...
It's a secret.
Hi, Bukaki. Get to the damn Secret Lair.
he doesn't even want to hear about it. I'm surprised he's even here. This is his least favorite thing that we do.
I know.
He wanted us to switch our name to Secret Lair Smiths, which has a little bit more alliteration.
Yeah,
I can get that.
Beers tonight. Scott, yes, I am drinking 2 nuts. it's 2 guys. Yeah. 2 nuts. It's a lupulin. I know Ibukaki's doesn't like that place as much, but that's a local one. I get it. I like it.
I'm with him on that too.
I like
lupulin has like a flavor I don't like in it.
Well, this is a brown ale. I really actually dig this one a lot.
No, I think it's either in their cleaning process or their water. I can tell. It's just it's a thing I don't like. So
I dig their flavors. So screw both of you.
Their flavors are good. I'm just saying their base. There's something there that I don't like, and some companies are like that. So, all right.
Secret Smiths. All right. So we hit the. It's a secret. All right. So
you already did that?
Yeah, I already did. Yeah.
All right. Secret Lair, Doctor Who, Regeneration, foil edition, non-foil edition. Foil edition's 50, and the non-foil is 40.
Okay. Can I pause really quick? Normally,
no, I'm on a roll.
Normally, with Secret Lairs, we do a breakpoint. We're not doing a breakpoint here because these are all new cards. So this is going to be a little bit different than normal. At the end, we're just going to kind of tell you, is it worth it or not in our opinions. But we're just going to kind of, that's how we're going to run this. So it's a little...
we could discuss that at the end.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a little bit different than our normal Secret Lair breakdown where you have cards that are all, it's all, normally it's reprints. You do get these occasional... Dungeons and Dragons, Street Fighter, Stranger Things, Walking Dead. Those are all new cards. So this is fall in that line. All right. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the cards. Let's discuss what's all in this stuff. So let's get going here.
All right. First one that we're going to talk about is Rose Noble. 3 and a blue, 2/3 human. It has Ward 2. And whenever you cast a doctor spell or creature spell with Doctor's Companion, you draw a card. It is a Doctor's Companion. So you can partner it with whatever doctor you want.
Very specific.
How do we feel about this?
Yeah, I guess let's do each card because this is very different than the other stuff we're doing.
Yeah. Mid.
No, I don't. Okay, I like the building on the Doctor Who stuff. We had the Doctor Who commander decks and all that stuff. But if that's all we're dealing with, this is not going to be good. It's only fitting.
There's not enough.
Yeah. It's only fitting in the Doctor Who stuff. If we don't have more Doctor Who stuff, which I'm assuming they won't because they got to pay for the IP and all that stuff.
Right. And also, I mean, I guess this is going to apply to a lot of the cards that we go. I treated this like a normal Secret Lair and didn't do any research or thinking or reading beforehand. So apologies.
This is your episode this is your
Right.
favorite
I thought I
episode
could relax
where you
and
don't
all-
need to
all
actually
new.
do anything.
Son of a gun. But it basically, if you're not into the Doctor Who stuff, like there isn't, to my limited knowledge, I feel like they did a full-on Doctor Who. They covered all the episodes, or every season. They did sagas. They got all the doctors in there. There aren't going to be other doctors added unless it's another season. So unless we get like a 5-card Secret Lair per season,
But I don't see them coming back.
It's not going to grow.
So I think they paid for
Right.
the IP to do
Yep.
the decks, and then this would have came out. I would assume would have came out with the super drop that we just had, but because the episodes hadn't been released yet, they just got released this week or whatever. They had to wait
They
on
waited.
this one coming out with the super drop that we just did 2 weeks ago or whatever. So
Yeah.
that's where I think we're at with this. I don't think they're going to come back to it. I don't think they're going to come back to Street Fighter. I don't think they're going to come back to Stranger Things. They paid for it. And I think it's a one-time thing, and that's the hard part about this. If this was a continuous thing where you're making doctors and doctors' companions, this would be a good card. Whenever you play a doctor or a doctor's companion, you draw a card. Sure, that's good. But with what we're dealing with, it's only going to be good with the decks that we have. We're going to have one more of those in this that's specific to doctors. Then there's 3 that are whatever, could be used in other decks. All right.
Yep. Next one is going to be the Meep. It's 2 and a black 04 alien, has ward, pay 3 life. And then whenever the Meep attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, creatures you control have base power and toughness XX until end of turn, where X is the sacrifice creature's mana value. This one at least can be played in
Right. It can,
other.
but can it? I mean,
Yeah, why can't it?
it can, but the thing is like right away you think token deck. Like I'm like, oh, okay, token deck would be great. You have a bunch of tokens, you're sacrificing a token, and you're thinking base power and toughness, but it's off of its mana value. So you can't sacrifice a token because then its mana value is 0. So you just annihilate your whole entire board. So it's weird because then it's like you're sacrificing something for a lot of mana that it costs a lot to get out, and then you're sacrificing it. Like
I like the Meep. I don't. Okay, how about this? You are token based, but then you have some bigger creatures that come along with it. You cast that big creature, attack, sacrifice it. All of your tokens that are 1/1s turn into 8/8s.
sure for one turn, but I mean like.
But I mean that's the game ender. But you're kind of comboing it a little bit. All I'm saying is this isn't parasitic. You're going to be able to put this into a deck if you feel like it's going to work there.
Right. But
It's not a doctor deck or an evil alien.
Right. That is a good.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's very playable. I'm just saying we can have it as an option.
Right. I guess my point is like, where does it fit? Because it doesn't fit
I
in
don't
my.
care about that. It's just it can work.
But you know what I'm saying is like a Teysa deck, like Teysa Karlov. Like, that's a token typically deck. You aren't wanting to I'd much rather have the changeling that is, it's white, but you're tapping X.
You got to pay the mana.
Yeah, but then you're paying the mana to get that creature out anyways. Like you're paying the same amount of mana, but then you aren't losing it. You just pay mana, and
I'm not here to fight about this card. Like I don't love it.
I know, but it
is a card that
playable.
we can play with.
Yes,
it's not a doctor card.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
This
is the only one that
I don't hate it.
Yeah, but I don't like it. I liked it at first until I read that it was like it dawned on me
The
that
CMC,
it's
not the power or something.
Yeah, that if it was power, then I'm like, fuck yeah, put those in token decks all over the place. But yeah, okay. Next card. Let's go to this one.
All right. Next one we want to talk about is the Celestial Toy Maker. A white and a blue and a black for 2/4. You have your Neil Patrick Harris.
There you go.
He is a rogue artificer. Oh man, this one's a lot of words. Whenever the toy maker attacks, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Exile any number of them on a face down pile and the rest in a face up pile. Defending player chooses one of those piles, put that pile into your hand. So it's kind of like a fact or fiction effect of 3, not 4. And then at the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses 2 life for each spell or ability that caused one or more players to guess or to group cards or permanents into a pile this turn.
So you have a guessing group card commander.
Yep. I don't know how many cards there are that
Yeah.
do. There's kind of a lot of little. Let me read that. All right. Causes one or more players to guess or to group cards or permanents into piles this turn.
You know how we've been needing this kind of commander, a guessing and grouping.
I don't know. But this can be played as a magic card.
Right.
And it doesn't have to rely on.
This is a different.
Doctors.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I like about it. That's exactly what I wrote in my notes. Is that it's a different commander. I don't know if there's enough
Right.
like stuff to use with this.
There's some
well, you just
older
said
cards.
fact or fiction kind of thing. you
Yeah,
know?
there's fact or fiction, and there's a couple of newer versions that are worse than that. But the other thing is there's like a card called like Do or Die. I can't remember. I want to say it's like Apocalypse Era, Torment, Judgment, something like that. And basically, like the black one, there's one of every color, and they group them, and then one survives, one dies, or one comes back, and one is like that's a grouping part, and that's kind of fun.
There is actually from the Doctor Who commander decks. I played it. I don't remember exactly what it does, but I remember that you have to write down a number because number 2 guessed my number, and they guess the number, and if they get it wrong, then something happens. If you get it right, then it fizzles or it dies or whatever. And he guessed it right the first time. You can't keep choosing the same number, so each turn they have to guess again. So that's another thing that feeds into it.
So the guessing part, that's kind of, I mean, it seems like a different deck. It just feels like you're going to have to play basically every card that does those things.
Right, but it doesn't just trigger on an ETB because it doesn't even do that. It is only on attack. So it doesn't have an evasion, so you're going to have to figure out who's open. And the nice thing is it does hit every player for the 2 life loss. I don't think you're banking on killing people that way, but it hits every single player. I will say the part that kind of stinks is if you do it more than once in a turn, it only does it once. It's 1 or more. So you aren't able to stack it, but you can do it on other people's turns, which is really nice. You're getting some, there's some people making some suggestions here.
Yeah, so Mad Dog's saying that Murders at Karlov Manor could have a lot of grouping or guessing cards. So there's a Clue Magic game that's going to be coming out.
That is.
So that is what he's referencing. So there could be stuff. Both of that is guessing and
Captain
groups.
Yates said there's only 6 cards in Esper that have the word guess on it.
Yeah, so
using them all.
Not a lot.
I wouldn't
Not a
spec
lot,
on it.
yeah.
Don't spec on it if you're.
That's enough for a theme. Nope. Nope. So guessing isn't going to be the best. I think it's going to be grouping, and you might not have many there either.
Yeah.
It's going to be fact or fiction type cards.
I mean, maybe the angle of this is not even playing it as the commander as a theme, more of you're not Voltroning, but you're using this guy to give you card advantage. I don't know what you turn it into. Maybe it's something else that's your theme, but you're attacking, you're getting a card advantage. You're attacking with him. You're making 2 piles. Somebody's choosing 1. They lose 2. Everybody loses 2 life. That's side, that's not even a big deal, but you are getting card advantage. You're putting probably 1 face down and 2 face up, and then they go, well, I don't know what that face down one is. You can take the 2, so you do get some card advantage. I don't know if you build a deck around it, but maybe.
Right. I think what the word that we want to say instead of group, maybe pile, because face up pile, face down pile. So if you Scryfall pile for Esper, let me know how many are in that.
Let's not wait for that, but we'll
we don't have to wait. No, just silence is the sound you hear.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is going to be a doctor card. Oh, I'm frozen. You see that? Oh, Oh no!
I went to Frozen with my daughter this weekend.
Aw,
Brought them to.
cute.
There was people, dressed up like Frozen. A 70-minute wait. It was fucking.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw
Wow,
that.
I was
picture.
cold. It was terrible. All right, the 14th Doctor. You have a hybrid red green, and then a true white or blue 3/4 Time Lord Doctor. And then when you cast the spell, reveal the top 14 cards of your deck. Put all Doctor cards revealed this way into your graveyard, and the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. You may have the 14th Doctor enter the battlefield as a copy of a Doctor card in your yard that was put there from your deck this turn. If you do, it gains haste until end of turn.
It's a lot. I mean, it works with the Doctor decks.
It's the Doctor commander. Like, it's going to include all of your Doctors.
Yep. Except
That's
for
what
black.
you're doing.
You're missing black is the only thing.
There's
but...
black is not Doctors.
No, I know.
There's no
It'd be
Doctors in black.
There is a companion, I think, but not Doctors.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any Doctors.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ha.
You like
I
you
was
like
Frozen,
Doctors.
waiting in line for Frozen.
I got to go back to it. All right, so this one is the other one that is a Doctor specific card. So yeah, so we this is your big guy for that. This is what did Cole? Oh, that's Mad Dad. I thought Cole said something there. Oh, it's, okay.
Yeah, Cole said that this has been a common commander configuration of the all 4-color thing. Black. Yeah. All right. Is this the last one?
Yep.
All right. The 15th Doctor.
What?
This is what? I don't know who this actor is at all. It's 2, a red and a blue for a 3/3 Time Lord Doctor. Whenever the 15th Doctor enters the battlefield or attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put an artifact card with mana value 2 or 3 from among them into your hand. The first non-artifact spell you cast each turn has Improvise. I like this card a lot.
This is a good commander.
As a non-Doctor card.
Right. This is a good commander. Good for spell slinging. I would say a mix of artifact and non-artifact. The nice thing is it's not like a the improvise is for just non-artifact spells. It's not for a permanent, like it's for any spell. So you can be a spell slinging. It's in the right colors for spell slinging. This one is probably the best one for use in multiple decks or it being a commander by itself.
Right.
I dig this one a lot. This is probably my favorite one out of the bunch. But is it going to be worth a lot?
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Well, okay. So we kind of like this one.
Should we?
I think the Doctor specific cards, like, I get them, but they don't necessarily interest me. I like the 2. I like the Toy Maker guy and I like the 15th Doctor. They seem cool. Here's a thing that I don't know if you've thought about, but are they going to put this in the universes, not the universes beyond, but
are they
into like the new cards that are Magic related? How do you do that with Doctor cards?
So Street Fighter did it. Stranger Things did it. D&D and Walking Dead didn't do it. So
Walking Dead did it.
Did they?
Yep. That's relatively new this year.
That is right. Yep. They did.
So
they did change the you're right.
movie hasn't. D&D hasn't done it.
D&D hasn't done it. Yep. You're right. Walking Dead was just recent because then they had the different equipment name for whatever that was.
Yeah. So
they're gonna do word for
said
word.
That's what
it's
they
gonna be
would do.
Doctors. Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna do it for everything. I mean,
I think they said they were going to do it for everything, so that the Secret Lair stuff wasn't exclusive.
Aren't we losing the
card.
list kind of stuff at this point? They're changing the packs around. Does it have list cards still?
Yeah, the list still exists.
It
They're
still
changing the list around as well.
Okay, so maybe it does get in there, but it's gonna say Doctor. I mean, it has to say Doctor, really, unless.
Right. The mechanics don't change. It's just the name of the card. And so how, like, That part doesn't make a whole ton of sense. Maybe they hope that we forget that they said that.
All right. Let's break down the because I don't know what's going to happen about that.
That seems.
There's a couple notes. There will be a bonus card, and it will have something to do with Doctor Who. Like every single one of these.
That's true.
Every single one of these has had, Dungeons and Dragons had the fat lazy dragon, which was awesome. Street Fighter had lightning bolt, which was Hadouken. Stranger Things was the laboratory flipping land or whatever. The Walking Dead was the equipment Lucille. So they will have something that is related to Doctor Who. This is by far the least amount of cards we've gotten. D&D had 6 cards. Street Fighter had 8. Stranger Things had 9. The Walking Dead had 11 if you count all the different tokens, the zombie tokens and all that. There in this, I think there's only 2 decent commanders if you're trying to say like not Doctor Who related, and then 1 semi-usable card that isn't a commander, and then you got 2 just Doctor cards. So this one is the most exclusive to of what it's from than any
I
of
would
the
say
other
parasitic.
Yeah.
Like it feeds off of itself and it doesn't really allow itself to be in a game of Magic unless you're in the Doctor Who decks. I do find that problematic.
Yeah. So here give you an idea of everything. D&D. This is by far the best one. Like that one was crazy good. And I'm only going for sealed stuff. I didn't break down everything single wise, but D&D has 6 cards in it that are all usable in all decks all over the place. Like, those cards I'm almost sold out. I'm almost done. I bought so many of those and they're almost all gone at this point. That right now for non-foil is selling for $113. Foil is $125. So those were the same price. All these are the same price, $50 and $40. The other one that's different is Walking Dead only came in foil. So there's no non-foil printing of that. Street Fighter is probably our worst one. That one, non-foils are at $49. You can buy sealed now on $58. So really you didn't make like that one. The biggest thing there is the lightning bolt stuff.
The 15th wasn't in the set. It was the 15th Doctor was just revealed on the show in the last week. And so they held off on this to not spoil stuff along with the other Neil Patrick Harris card. I don't know about the other 3, but I know those 2 would have been like a reveal for the show. Right. And so they held off on that part.
Yep. Okay, and then we get into Stranger Things. Stranger Things had partner commanders, which was kind of unique and a little bit different. You know, they're partner to each other, like when they specifically call out the other one.
Yeah.
That one, non-foil, $75. $80 for the foils. At this point, you can buy sealed. So that one's, you could make some money off of that one. Walking Dead, surprisingly, is only at $75. I don't know if that's because of...
It's all in the one card.
Right.
The Rick is...
Yep. Steadfast Leader or whatever. I think that is the big one there. But yeah, $75 for those at this point. This one, I don't know, man. I mean... Should I hit the button? Should we figure out, is this one worth it? Let's do it. Let's hit the I made the button.
You made the button. Let's hit the button.
I spent time on it.
You did a great job. I love it.
It's time for
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
What do you think, Larry? If you think it's worth it,
I think I forgot my coloring in the background.
If you think it's worth it, this is what you'll hear.
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear that? Hear it again. You can't hear that? That's some Ursher. Or if it isn't worth it, I hope you can hear this button.
The price is wrong.
The price
do
is
hear
wrong.
that one.
All right. So I know where I'm at with this one. Where are you with this one?
I don't know. I
Wow.
don't think. Well, because of D&D. If D&D did not exist, I think it'd be a no. But those cards are really were really fun and unique.
Them are playable though, like in different decks. You know,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I like the red one. The black one's cool. Red blue one's cool. Green one's cool. Blue one's dope. Yeah. I think the red one's probably the only one that's
that one's mediocre.
not good.
Yeah. But they're all like you can see them in decks. Kind of like the Meep in this one. You can see that in a deck.
At 50 and 40, I think it's a hard sell.
So you're this is where
I'm gonna say no, but it's close.
The price is wrong.
I'm totally the price is wrong on this one. I
think the Toy Maker card just isn't. It's unique, but doesn't have enough support.
So I think the only way I buy this one is if I combine it with buying from the current Secret Lair. So this one's still going on for 27 days. The current super drop. Let me back this up really quick.
Hold on. No. That's
What?
This doesn't release until April 2nd.
I know. It doesn't come out. It doesn't
that's
ship.
a problem.
Yes,
right?
That's the big problem. You don't know what the bonus cards are. You don't maybe the bonus card makes it all worthwhile. But you're not going to see it for months.
Months and months.
So this one's going on for 27 days. The Secret Versary is only another 15 days at this point. Okay. But they are allowing for you to get the Locust God if you spend over $200 with this. So if you combine it with the whoops, I didn't mean to go that way. If you combine it with if you bought the current Secret Lair that's going on, maybe I throw it in there. If I buy some more of that, maybe I'm like, all right, I'll throw 50. But there's no way in hell I'm speccing on it. These might go up in price because no one's gonna buy it. Then that's what's the weird thing about
That's a bad
Secret,
way to spec.
Yeah, that's a weird thing about Secret Lairs is if they're bad, sometimes they go way up because there's limited inventory out there. I do not want to do that. I want to buy cards that are highly usable. I would much rather buy the Galaxy, or not Galaxy. What is it? Is it Galaxy foils? What is the? No, they're they're Galaxy foils of the current Secret Lair Super Drop than buy this. For the same price. Would you rather spend $50 on, which we now know Solemn Simulacrum is the other card that's in the wormhole. They're the same price, $50 for that of cards that are completely highly used.
You're using them all. Yeah.
Or would you buy 5 brand new cards that 2 of them are only for Doctor decks and the other ones are mediocre at best?
I don't know. I don't know if the 2 legends are mediocre at best. I'd have to look and see the group, and guessing obviously is not going to work very well. But you're probably right. I think the hope is buy singles and hope that they're under 10.
Yeah. I mean, they might not be. Like I said, if no one buys this besides the Doctor Who fans, they're only keeping it in their collection, so there really isn't going to be much on the market. If you're wanting to, as you can see, as I said before, when you're doing the foil and the non-foil and keeping them sealed, there isn't a big difference between the two. So if you're wanting to spend the money, maybe just go with the non-foils and try to sell the sealed stuff later. If maybe no one buys this and it doubles up, but that's not the way to go. I mean, the D&D, the reason why that one's the most recent, and that is by far the most expensive out of all of them. And it's because they're all usable cards. You look at this and it's like, okay, Meep, you can probably find a home there. We got the 15th Doctor. That's a good spell slinger. And then we have the Piles one. And it's like, are you going to build a deck around that?
Right. I mean, again, if you like the show, I think it's a fine buy.
Right.
If you want to build a Doctor deck, I think it's a fine buy. But as a spec, no.
Yeah.
As in, am I going to get it? No. I'm not going to get it. I think I'm going to try. I like the red blue 15th Doctor. And I like the idea of the Toy Maker card. I wouldn't buy Meep, and I wouldn't get the other 2.
Yeah.
Unless I'm going to do that Doctor deck, which I'm I'm not.
Yeah. So I think our conclusion is
The price is wrong.
Right. Right. And I think it'd be a hard sell with normal prices as well, like 40 and 30.
I think it's very tough.
It's that it makes it a better question, but we can move on.
All right. Okay. That is.
It's a secret.
Okay. Let's see here. We need to move on to. Oh, we're doing this little
Hugo
guy.
Hockey tournament results.
No, we're not doing tournament results.
We're not. What are we doing?
We're doing something specific. Remember we talked about this beforehand, and then you weren't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
All right, here we go. Well, let's see. You got stumped last time, so I got to hit this one.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Whatever.
Look at that.
Proper respect.
All right. If you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes, he'll hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, he'll hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He gets up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card but can't get what the card name is, he will get an additional, he'll get the initials of the card. If he has a clue left over, he will get a bonus clue that should give away the card. The card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. Every 3 weeks, we add a card to the ante. This is week 1 of round 26, I believe it is. Our stumper this week is Josh D. We have this heroic intervention, foil Jurassic Park, up for grabs. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, I've eliminated the chat, so chat can play along. We'll see if chat can get it before Lowry. Lowry does not have booze in his system, so this has been a struggle for him lately. I think that's about it. All right, here we go. So let me get this up here so you can see it, and I will get started. Every movement is a summons, even your screams. Every movement is a summons, even your screams.
All right. So does this have... I mean, I feel like it's black. Could be blue. So let's go with, is this black and or blue color identity?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
What?
One wrong.
I guess it could be green. It kind of, every movement is a summons, even your screams. So I guess that feels like it could be every movement.
Scott, you
like
are
spider.
incorrect with that lightning bolt. And he also gave you a hashtag Team Forest Rock walk.
Hashtag Team Force Walk.
Gotta get there. God damn it. Where is it?
Get the fuck out!
Every movement is a summons. Even your... That feels potentially like a spider. Could be green. First clue, please.
How do I want to do this? I don't want to give things away too much. I'll do the art. Okay. The art features a similar sticky situation that only Bilbo can get out of. The art features a similar sticky situation that only Bilbo can get out of.
A what situation? A similar situation? Okay, so it's not Frodo.
Correct.
Are you saying Bilbo?
Yes, Bilbo. It's Bilbo. Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. You're questioning Me with
You don't know
Lord
what
of the
you're
Rings. Don't look at me with that shit.
I doubt your ability to do this. Okay, so it's not black or blue. Sticky situation. I was thinking spider. Definitely could be green. Is it green color identity?
Hello, boobies.
All right. But I don't remember Bilbo in a goddamn spider nest. Was he in something? Frodo and Sam got him out of it. What did Bilbo do? Oh, no. Okay. I forgot that part. He was, okay. Spiders in the forest. So it still could be spiders. There's tons of spiders. Fucking spiders. How am I going to be able to... Every movement is a summons, even your screams. And it's not like a green black one. It's likely just green.
Well, you said
not red or white.
You said blue and black identity, and I gave you a no.
Correct. So yeah,
So-
it's not like a green black spider or anything associated. We know that it's green. Is it a permanent card?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Are you sure? It's not a permanent. I'll take a second clue.
The text features an in response spell that not only is used for damage prevention, but can be used as a potential removal.
Repeat that, please.
The text features an in response spell that not only is used for damage prevention, but can be used as a potential removal.
I got two wrong?
Yep.
I think I got it. Instant.
Hello, boobies.
2 and a green.
Hello, boobies.
Yeah. Arachnogenesis.
Woo! Hello,
Hello,
boobies.
There we go.
I was trying to throw you off with that. I like that you're like, Bilbo. And then you questioned me. You're like, no, you mean Frodo. That was good. It was good the way you worked your way back to that. So
It felt very spidery though at that. I know I've read this one. It's just probably
This
been
is
a
one of
while,
your
but-
favorite cards. That's why I was like,
I love it.
I got to make this one.
But I mean, remember, my list of favorite cards is fucking huge. So I love a lot of
good
cards.
for you.
I like cards. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, Josh, that I dominated.
Oh, and I
Your
don't even know
card.
Josh is on right now. I told him that he's the
I
supper
don't know
tonight.
either.
But Josh,
I beat Renshai too?
yeah, no one
Did I
guessed.
win this one?
Yeah, you did. No one guessed it. There was Lightning Bolt,
Oh.
Jackal, and Team Forest Walk. So that was
See, this is what happens because I got it really quick. I didn't have very many like obvious clues that I told all of them, so they couldn't figure it out. on
Oh,
their
see, you're
own.
the
'Cause they rely on me to give those clues.
you are the savant, Lowry. You are the savant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
So,
it feels good to be cocky once to twice a year.
Josh, I would say you could sign the Arachnogenesis and send it in because I don't think we have a Josh card. I don't think Josh has tried to stump you a couple times. I'm not seeing a Josh card up there, but Josh, that's a good card. I want you to keep a hold of your Arachnogenesis. But if you wanted to sign like a land that said Arachnogenesis, send those in, and we will get those on the walls of shame over there. Well, mine is a very far
I can't even
push.
see it right now. Shoot.
Well, I'll get it off of there. We need to get to something else here. We need to get to our staple verses.
Somebody wants to wear a crown. Good job.
Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
Staple verses. All right, we're not doing a new staple verses this week, but we do have the results of Imp's mischief against Tybalt's trickery. This was close. This was close, buddy. So where do you think this one ended up?
Oh, I think Tybalt's trickery is the better card, just for the point of you can counter any
Anything.
spell
Yeah.
versus something that's targeting. Like that's widens what you can affect on a card a lot more than just the targeting part. Now, I like Imp's Mischief in a non-red deck because red has the, a couple of misdirections that are free, or the one that's free and the one that's 1 mana and
Deflecting,
with some
swat.
conditions.
Yep.
Right. Or there's a bolt. Rending bolt. I don't know. So like there are cards in competition with red, and Imp's Mischief is probably not what I would put.
Yeah.
So like I think Tibalt's Trickery probably won like 60 something to 30 something.
Hey, that was pretty good. 58% to Bolt's Trickery. So let me get my crown.
That is closer than I thought it'd be. Nice job.
I agree. I thought it was a lot closer than I thought that it would be. But Larry, you were a very good arguer.
I don't know about that. I think I get pity votes.
And you're very likable. It sounds weird. The headphones are not. Okay, so that is Staple Versus. We won't do the next Staple Versus until Lowry gets stumped. So if you guys want another Staple Versus, try to stump Lowry with Stump the Smith Savant. Now we have to move on to our tournament. There it is. And
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
all right, so we have the sword fight tournament, and I kind of gave a little bit of a spoiler earlier on with all the favorites winning. But what I want you to guess, Lowry, in this is how much did they win by? What were the percentages? And then we'll kind of go from there. I'm going to work on our matchups, so we're going to work on your side of the bracket, your number one pick.
Okay.
And the matchup that will be coming this week. So you had Feast and Famine going against the Cauldra. What percentage do you think Feast and Famine won by?
Oh, I'd put it probably 80% win.
Surprisingly, this is not the highest. It was the second highest at 94%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No wonder we got that comment on YouTube.
I mean, it makes a sense. Yeah. I mean, it does make sense. I was just, I wasn't sure if the meme was going to be in full swing.
Yeah.
Obviously it wasn't.
These are all, I would consider every single one of these blowouts. So, all right. So then you have what you're going against this week. Your number one is going against, obviously we Sword of the Meek is the lower seed. This is the closest matchup. But we had Sword of the Meek against, Sinew and Steel? Sword of Sinew and Steel.
Sort of Sinew and Steel. Yeah. This is the closest?
This is the closest.
Oh, I guess it's the closest seeding, though,
closest
too.
seeding, yep. So it matched up. We had it right.
60% to Sinew and Steel?
72%.
Oh, that's not very close.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're all blowouts. All right, so I'm going to move. We'll get to the matchups after. So let's just go through everything here.
Okay.
I guess I'm doing it a little different because I want to talk about each one after we're done with this. So let's just work down your side. So then the next one we have Truth and Justice. That was my pick against the Perruns.
Yeah.
So we had number 4 against number 16. What is the...
Oh, that should crush. That's a 90%er.
This is the highest blowout with 95%. So the number 4, took down. What is it? Perruns?
Sort of the prunes.
Okay. And then we have Sword of.
Right. Give me a second.
Thank you.
You can't even read.
That's my fault, probably.
Sword of Vengeance against Fire and Ice. So number 12 against number 5. So this is your number 5 is Fire and Ice. Obviously, Fire and Ice wins. But how much does it win by?
I'll give it 70%.
90%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so these are killer.
Wow.
All right, so then we move to the other side of the bracket. We have Sword of the Animus going against, what is the OF? What was the, I don't remember what the name
Once and Future.
Okay, thank you. Once and Future against Animus.
Well, that's my pick. It's again, that's a crushing. That's 80s.
90%
Upper 80s?
for
Another
Animist.
90?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are all huge.
I can see that.
Then we have number 10 War and Peace going against number 7 Light and Shadow. This one's closer. I'll give you that.
Okay. Let's go with when you're saying closer, there's a pretty wide gap there between. Let's go with 80s again. I'm just gonna say 80s for everything now.
74% for
74?
Light and Shadow.
You trick me.
And then we got your number 3 pick, which I kicked myself for being like, this could have been my number 1 pick because I thought you were going for Animus, but a Hearth and Home against Sword of the Realms.
That should be a crushing. That should be in the 90s.
You're correct. 91% for Hearth and Home. Wow. And then our last matchup is Vorpal.
We have never had this big of blowouts anywhere. All right, Vorpal Sword versus
Forge and Frontier, I believe
Frontier.
it is.
Yeah. All right. Geez. Let's say that it's closer. 80s.
That's close. 78% for Forge
78?
and Frontier. Okay, so we got all the high seeds that move on. Let's get to each matchup and kind of discuss each one here. So first one is Sword of Feast and Famine, number 1 against number 8, Sword of Sinew and Steel. I mean, it's a number 1 against a number. I think it's a good. No, it's not a good battle. Never mind.
It's not.
It's not a good
Feast
battle.
and Famine should crush.
Yeah, I think you're right. Feast and
Should
Famine
crush.
with you can see I have a little bit of an error in my untap, so maybe that helps a little bit. I missed pasting stuff. Anyways. Yeah, I think number 1's going to take down number 8 pretty easily. All right, so then our match number 2 is Sword of the Animus going against Light and Shadow. Number 2 against number 7.
I think Sword of the Animus is going to crush.
Yeah, I think the 2 top spots are going to be pretty tough to beat.
I think the top 4.
Yeah.
I think they just crush.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to that. Sword of Hearth and Home against number 6, Forge and Frontier. Forge and Frontier, though, it's giving you card advantage and allowing you to play more land. I mean, I feel like this is the best option besides going against a number 1 or a number 2 that this could have gone against. Like anything that has a chance, this would be like the third option, maybe.
Because it is the 3rd seed.
No, I mean like the third option is in like not Animus, not Feast and Famine. Like this, out of all that's left, I think this is the one that maybe could take down Hearth and Home. I'm hoping because I don't want Hearth and Home.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any upset here.
Yeah, okay.
Hearth and Home is real good.
Hearth and Home is really good. All right, and then our last matchup is Truth and Justice against Fire and Ice. So we're left with everything but the Animist is the only one that's not.
I would say is the closest. This is the best matchup right here.
Well, because it's a 4 out of 5.
I think Truth and Justice still wins. Yeah, I think we did a good job picking.
Yeah. Oh, you think
yourself
Truth
on
and
the back, too.
Justice? That's mine. You had Fire and
Truth
Ice.
and Justice likely is going to beat Fire and Ice
because of the proliferation and everything is what you're thinking.
Yeah, proliferation is just really, really powerful when you can affect so many permanents. Because it does, it can go into -1/-1 counter decks, super friend decks, +1/+1 counter decks. It helps out with your what's the
Yeah, you're talking about the commander thing.
that can create that extra bit.
Experience counter. Experience.
No, yeah,
Experience counter. Yeah.
So it just it can affect so many different cards. Towards like Sword and Fire and Ice is just good.
2 damage
generally
anything,
good
and then
with-
you're drawing a card, which is always nice.
Yeah. So I do think Truth and Justice wins, but I think this is the closest.
I think so too. I think also with Fire and Ice, you have longevity. Like this has been around a lot longer than Truth and Justice because that was Modern Horizons 2. Modern Horizons 2, I believe, is when Truth and Justice came in.
I think just the first one.
Was it the first one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Hearth and Home was.
Second one's a
2.
diamond with like a hole in it.
So yeah, I think this one will be our best matchup. So I think that's it though. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So again, Make sure you guys vote. If you vote, check out YouTube on the community tab. There is a link there. If you don't know where that is, it's just look at the tabs, check out the link, and you guys can vote. We'll announce the winners next week for the final 4. Again, reminder, we have a lot of things happening this week. We have Spotlight decks, we have battle boxes, curated MTG, tons of stuff happening this week. So make sure you guys check that out. Thank you guys. Oh, there's a lot of people participating this week. So we got Renshai, we got Scott, we got Mad Dad, we got Ibukaki. Scrolling up, we got Captain Yates. Anybody else I'm missing here? We got Too Much Dew, which is Bill from Woodbury, Red Squirrel. I think that's everybody. I think everybody. If I missed you guys, sorry, but thank you guys all for joining. We will catch you guys next week. You gonna say thanks for listening?
No, I was thinking of what I was going to say after. Thanks for listening.
See?
Bye.
I love
this is the
boobs.
part.
I'm talking top
Like when you're opening
I love
the
boobs.
video's
I'm
going,
punkers for
like,
honkers.
you, like, pose a little
love
bit. It
boobs.
feels like
Thanks for the memories.
you're trying to get attention from the gal.
Boobs.